G'day folks, welcome back to the Strobe My Ride channel. My name is Carrie. We're doing a product unboxing of the PatrolSM Mini Quad. PatrolSM, SM stands for surface mount, because I didn't want to write it all the way out. So PatrolSM Mini Quad. We did a review on these in a previous video for just the amber white version. The Quad comes in amber white, blue, and green, or red, blue, white, amber. Again, with a quad or a duo style light, for this one here, you say, Carrie, I really don't need blue and green. I just want an amber white. No problem. You can program these just to be amber white. If you just want amber, you can program them just to be amber. Keeping in mind that the duo is a bit more economical than the quad. But for instance, this light here, at least the thinking for me behind it was, in Ontario, a lot of people use amber and white. If you're a volunteer firefighter, that's kind of cool. You can use, amber just for maybe your construction job or just to have warning lighting if you stop on the side of the road. Your white, you could then flash those together. Your white could be standalone just for some scene lighting or some flood lighting. And then your green for when you're doing your fire response. Amber and blue. My apologies, amber and blue for snow plowing in Ontario. Amber and blue also for towing and roadside emergency vehicles in Saskatchewan and Alberta. And you're saying, okay, I don't want to see this box anymore. I just want to see the light. I get you. So that is the explanation. Go ahead and open this up. There's the light. Always give it a shake, because guess what? I'm shaking it. There's nothing coming out, but there's screws hiding down in there. There we go. So 2 nice little screws come with it. This is the light. You got my nice Strobe My Ride logo engraved. We back this with a no BS warranty. You've got the rubber backing on the back. Always within these lights, I like to show this is a nice little gore patch here. So if moisture ever got inside the lights, the minute you power these on and they heat up, it'll expel the moisture out through these. So please don't block them with tape or anything. You're okay to put this on because there is a ridge. There's enough room that it'll expel out, but just don't block that directly. Yeah, that's what that's there for. This is a nice aluminum housing, very well built. You got your 2 mounting holes there to use your 2 little screws, or sometimes what I like to do is just use some black self-tappers just to make it look a little nicer. Nice diffusion on the front lens there. These are a Class 1 SAE J595 compliant light for our Canadian roads, which is nice. This is not the cheap Amazon special by any means. So in here you have, it's a 3 LED surface mount lights. Built with next generation high power LEDs for blinding brightness and long range visibility. This light here is going to run you $105 each. Again, because this is a quad light, the amber white duo comes in a bit cheaper if that's what you're after. Anyways, we'll go ahead and fire this on. So what's cool about these, if you haven't seen other videos, you essentially have 3 modes. Okay, your red is your mode 1, your blue is your mode 2, and your green is your mode 3. What that means is you could have, if you wanted to, you could have amber white flashing on mode 1 being your red. You could have green for your volunteer fire flashing on blue for mode 2. And you could have a solid white floodlights on green for your mode 3. Your other wires that you're left with, obviously your black is ground. Yellow is your communication wire between the lights. So if you're hooking up more than 1 light, so anything from 2 to 12, you can do up to 12 for communication purposes. You're going to tie all the yellows of all the lights in together. And then this is your wigwag alternating wire, your white one. Let's go ahead and fire this on, check it out. So ground, power. And before I do that, I always forget, let's take a measurement. You've got you got 3 1/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. By about 3/4 of an inch. There we go. I just realized I did not turn on my studio lights. That's why I sort of paused there for a second. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to turn this on. We're going to come back and test out the light. All right, studio lights are on. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't really see the tape measure earlier. I know I'm turning 40 in a few weeks, but I didn't think my eyes were getting to be that bad. So we get the lights on now. So basically what I've done is with these quad style lights, you're better just to twist all your wires together initially, everything but the whites for testing purposes. So I've got the reds and the blacks connected. There we go. So there's your 4 colors flashing away, your amber, white, blue, and green. So there's that. Now, if you just read off the hop, you're like, yeah, those are the colors that I want. That's the pattern I want. I just want them to wig-wag. All you do is you take the white from one of the lights, put it to power, and now they're wig-wagging. So that's that. If you didn't want these colors, then you would just take your yellows that are attached together. And what you do is you do a triple tap. This, I might not get this the first couple times, a little bit finicky, but it's a fail-safe to ensure that when you hook all these lights up on your vehicle, you don't accidentally change colors by accident. So just triple tap, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was good. Now we're just amber, 1, 2, 3. Now we're just green, 2, 3. Now we're just blue, 2, 3. Now we're just white, amber green. So for towing in Quebec, amber blue for snowplowing in Ontario or towing in Saskatchewan, Manitoba. Amber white, Ontario. Now, if you wanted to change the pattern, just a quick tap. So you're going to go carry. They're not the same pattern. This one's still doing a slow and this one's still doing a fast. You're absolutely right. So I foobarred that myself. So in order to reset the lights, a good example, take your yellows, hold them to power, wait for the light to go on, then off. Now they're reset back to the colors. You just got to do it again, but they're back to the same pattern, same colors. So again, just triple tap, 1, 2, 3, amber, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So that's how the lights work with one another. Then if you wanted to do like a mode 2, that'd be your blues. Again, they're on doing all 4 colors, so just triple tap, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, same thing, I screwed that up, so long hold. So that's another thing too, if you just want to reset the pattern and not the colors, when you hold this down to power, wait for the light to come on, then quickly take it off. That'll reset the pattern. The patterns are the same. If you want to reset the colors, hold this longer, lights go on, wait for the lights to go off, and then you've reset the colors. So then your mode 3 being your greens. There, it's just green. So if we wanted these to be like a fire response for volunteer firefighters, again, just short tap. Their short tap. Get into something a little more fun. There we go. Now you want these to alternate. Take one white wire from one of the lights, put it to power, and now they alternate back and forth. Something to keep in mind with these, because you only have, so you have 2 lights and 2 white wires, you can only have 2 modes wig-wag back and forth. So you could have your mode 1 being your red and your mode 2 being your blue wig-wag back and forth. But then your green will just be on, off, on, off, on, off, just because there's only 2 wig-wag wires. Not the end of the world, just for you to know that only 2 modes can wig-wag, and your third mode could either be an on, off, on, off, on, off, or a steady flood white. Anyways, these are the PatrolSM Mini Quads. Hopefully enjoy the video. Be seen, be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.